So this is still section 1 of chapter 4. I just saved this piece to do on a second day because it deserves its own day. So we are going to learn how to use the slope formula today, which basically means we'll be finding slope a different way. So we're still going to end up writing the equation of a line, but we're going to have to find slope differently first. So this is your slope formula. Write this down nice and big in your notes. You're going to want to have it where you can get to it often in the future. You might even start yourself like a formula page that has all of the different formulas on it that, like if we were in class, I have it written on my board, but we're not in class, so you can't see my board. So maybe have yourself one piece of paper that you keep kind of separate that has all the different formulas on it that you might need as we keep going, because we're going to keep adding to our formulas as we go. So slope formula. And it's not actually anything new. It's the change in y's. So we're going to subtract our y's over the change in x's, and we'll subtract our x's. It's the same idea as when we had a table and you had to figure out the change in the x's and the change in the y's, and then you put the y's and the over the x's. The same idea. That's where we get the slope formula. Okay? So if you haven't written this down yet, pause it, turn it, write it down. So what happens is we get 2 points, okay? And it says write an equation of the line. Well, that seems crazy. All we have is 2 points. But we have the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay, to help us out. So first thing you need to do is write on top of or below your points, x1, y1, my brain was ahead of my fingers, and x2, y2, so you know which number goes which place in your formula. Okay, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus, because that's the formula, x1. Okay, now and then do the math. So remember, 10 minus a negative is really adding a positive. Hopefully you remember that, learning that somewhere along the way. But if not, now you know. 10 minus a negative is really 10 plus a positive, so we get 12 over 4 minus 0, which is 4. And then we can reduce that, or simplify that in this case, because 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So our slope is 3. Okay? Now, you might remember, we also need to know our b, our y-intercept. Well, for right now, one of your points is the y-intercept. It's the one where x is 0 and y is negative, or is a number. Where x is 0 and y is a number. That's your y-intercept. So your b is -2. So when we put this in the equation, don't be so excited to get all of that you forget to do the equation. Y equals our slope times x minus, because it's -2. So that's your answer. But see all this work? I need to see that for every problem. Let's try another one. Okay, now these look different. Okay, I don't think you actually see any of these on your assignment today, but you could in the future. Remember that this is f of x, right? So really, the 0 is your x and the 10 is your y, is what this is saying. And so you have these 2 points to do what we just did. So put top or on bottom, x1, y1, x2, y2, and then let's put it in our formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Do the math. 34 minus 10 is 24. 6 minus 0 is 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4, so that equals our slope. And then look at your points and see which one has the x equals 0. So that number where y is your y-intercept. And then you can put it into your equation. Y equals 4x plus, because it's positive, 10. This was a pretty short video. We'll do more in class if we need to. Please ask in the Zoom chat. Please pay attention to which problems you need to do on the assignment that goes with this video, because it's not all of them.